Hi everyone, welcome back to That Tottenham Show. And finally, after a win, I'm actually so happy. Today I'm in my Bale shirt. This has got Bale on the back, all to commemorate that great Bale masterclass that we just had. So yeah, we'll jump right into it. We've got a very special guest as always, but this week's extra special. So hopefully you enjoy it. Hi guys, welcome back. You know, as always, got my normal panel. We have Tanya and Ryan. Tans, how are you today?
Oh, I'm absolutely buzzing. I feel like a different person.
Look at us smiling.
I know. It's funny what a Tottenham win can do to you. Honestly,
Honestly,
happy
set
to
up
be
the week
here.
brilliantly. Ryan, how are you?
I'm the same. 4-0 win, 2 Bale goals. That's it.
Yep. I mean, a Bale masterclass, we can't complain. And this week, we've got an extra special guest. I mean, this is someone that had 209 appearances for the club, won the FA Cup twice, won the UEFA Cup once, scored that great goal against Anderlecht. We have Graham Roberts. How are you?
You got my appearances wrong. It's 314. So
well, why did the internet tell me 209 then?
That's Wikipedia.
They lied for 314.
I think that's league appearances. I think.
Right. Well, there we go. League appearances.
All the cups and everything. So.
All the cups, everything. 314 then, even better. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I had my injection last week, so.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
Oh, that's great. That's great. All safe there. We'll start in there.
Years.
Yeah, honestly, it's great to hear that, you know, they're dishing out those vaccines now, so that's so good.
Yeah,
but yeah,
quickly actually, so it'll be good.
Hopefully we're back to normal by summer. We can actually get some fans in soon, which would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. Someone that, you know, all we've heard this season is we're trying to install a winning mentality. You know, for someone that has, you know, done that, been there, done it, won something, and then carried on to win things. Does the winning mentality really change the way you view the game? Like, does it really help you to push on?
Yeah, it does. When I joined Tottenham in 1980, they just come back up from the second division to the first division. BB Archibald came, Garth Crooks, Ozzy and Ricky, and then myself, Tony Galvin, was brought from non-league football. So, but we felt we had a decent side, and the manager started bringing youngsters into the team. And then we got to the first cup final, and that we won that after a replay, and then we won the Charity Shield, and then we won the next year, won the FA Cup again, and it just, you know, once you win that first one, things start to flow. And I think, you look at Man City at the moment.
Yeah.
League, and now they look like they're going to win the league again. They win the cups, and it just carries on. And I think once we get that first one, the first one's always the hardest for the boys playing. Once they get that, I think the gates will open and we'll start winning trophies year on in Europe, you know, so it'll be good.
So yeah, that's the thing. Everyone keeps saying, oh, you know, all we need is that first one, and you never know how much it really affects like your mentality, but I guess it does, you know, coming from someone that's been there and done that. I guess it really changes the way you do things. As a captain, well, I know it was Perryman that was captain, but you were, you know, the step-in captain, especially for that game. Is it very hard to keep in a game? Like, you know, we were 1-1 or, you know, 1-1. They then scored in the 60th minute. But, you know, half-time, you're 1-1. How do you then keep the spirits up to then go on and push to win that game? Is it a difficult job as a captain?
Well, I got to learn straight after the game, away game. Stevie was suspended. So Keith, the manager, told me I would be the captain. you know, you try to just do things normal or for the next 2 weeks it was. And then on the night of the game, I'm a sort of person that I don't like losing. And
Me too.
there was no way we were going to lose that night. And, you know, and what you have to do is you just have to lead by example. And, you know, when we went 1-0 down, it was just really then keeping the boys concentrated. And we knew we would get chances. And I was fortunate to get the chance and stick the ball in the back of the net. And
well, I mean, we hit the post, or well, we hit the bar, was it? And then it jumped back out. Yeah, Ozzy hit the bar, and then it jumped back out, and then you got it. Yeah, it was a crazy goal to score.
Yeah, it was, but it was probably the greatest night of my life. It was.
And you also scored a penalty as well, you know, in the shootout.
Well, the story is that when I had a chat with Keith before the game, the manager at Burtonshire, and we said if it ever went to penalties, I said to him, if we win the toss, we'll take the first one, and I'll take the first penalty, and I'll score, and it'll put pressure on them.
Yeah.
And he went, "Oh, you're very confident." I said, "Well, I've never missed a penalty, so you know." And I was taking the penalties then, so we decided that would be the way to go forward. And I scored, and Tony Parks saved their first one, and all of a sudden they're trying to catch up then. And it was only when Danny missed that you thought, okay, we still got Mickey Hazard, a couple of others to come if we have to go into sudden death. But we were confident, and then Tony pulled off that great save, and it was all over, and we won. And
it was that save is insane.
Oh, wow.
I mean, my dad made me watch that over and over.
I think the bottom line of it is, I'm very fortunate to have picked the trophy up in front of Tottenham fans.
Yeah, because it would have been Perryman.
Yeah, but it was in our own stadium. It was,
so unusual.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, that was the greatest thing that, you know, nobody else can do that now. So, you know, so it was a brilliant night. It was a fantastic game. And we're in it, and we're in the history books. So,
you really are. Honestly, my dad said, like, he was in the shelf, he went mental. He said when he thinks of Tottenham, he thinks of Graham Roberts. So he's like downstairs right now, kind of like itching that he can't believe I'm actually doing this.
You'll have to bring him up.
After I'll bring him up. But honestly, he's he loves you, and I can imagine. I mean, just to see, I mean, rewatching the games, like my dad's made me rewatch them. I can feel that you know, we didn't stop attacking. You were going for it, even like 2-1. We just kept going. You know, you scored in the 84th minute. It was like it was just sudden death. And then obviously the save of the penalty. We restreamed that. Tottenham restreamed that when, you know, the stadium was when the lane was the last lane. They restreamed it. I was at work and I watched the whole stream. And my dad was like texting me like, "Oh, dude, I was there. Can you believe it?" So I can imagine those days must have been insane. And like you say, it must be really unusual to have a final where it's over 2 legs, one being away and one being at home.
But that's how it used to be. It was only the UEFA Cup. It was like the European Cup was a neutral ground. The Cup Winners' Cup was a neutral ground, but the UEFA Cup was home and away legs, and
that must have been insane.
The final, and it was a brilliant night, and it was great to play at home in the second leg, and you know the fans. If you remember the noise Danny Thomas got when he missed the penalty, and they started singing his name, and you know the lad who was going up to take the penalty for Anderlecht, he must have been thinking, "What the heck was all this about?" You know, a lad's just missed a penalty, and they're cheering him, and maybe that was on his mind, and Tony pulled off the great save.
Yeah, I mean,
Tony. It was an amazing night.
Amazing. And for you to obviously have, you know, lift the trophy, because it wouldn't have been you if Perryman wasn't suspended. It must just be incredible. That feeling must be insane.
In my Tottenham career, it was the greatest night.
That's insane. It is insane.
I played in the FA Cup final, league, and 2 FA Cup finals.
You won the FA Cup twice, 81, 82.
But but to lift that trophy in '84 was amazing, and nobody can take that history, that moment away from you. So it's brilliant.
I bet that is actually insane. So there's a few questions that I asked about like the club now. What do you think as a you were like a step-in captain, as a former captain, what do you think of a goalkeeper being captain? Because a lot of people do think, you know, be a defender or a midfield player because they're more involved. Obviously, I mean, I love Lloris. Obviously, we know he's had a bit of troubles recently, but he hasn't been the best. But I feel like he's good in the dressing room, but I don't know how it would be on the pitch having a goalkeeper as captain. They can't get as involved.
Well, I think what you have to do is, okay, he's won a World Cup. He's he's done all that. He was captain of the France World Cup. But when you're on the pitch, when Stevie was on the pitch with us, Stevie wasn't just the captain. You know, there was Paul Miller, there was myself, there was Glenn Hoddle. Everybody was a captain. You know,
all these names.
We didn't rely on Stevie Perriman to tell us, you know, that he was the captain. But Stevie had the authority. If he wanted to change the team, in the way we played in the game, he could do that. He keeps backing every time, and Stevie done it a few times, and we won games. And but with Lloris being captain, he can't do that because he's too far. So, yes, for me, you either have to be people say Harry Kane can be captain. Yeah, I think he could now because he plays a role where he drops off the striker.
He's more,
So, I think, for me, I think it has to be an outfield player to be captain. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure that must make a difference within the, like the feel of on the pitch when something needs to happen, someone can actually step in and do something. Ryan, I know you had a question from your dad to ask Graham Roberts. He didn't tell me what it was. I think he wanted to ask you himself.
Yeah, no, my dad's been exactly like Eleanor's when I told him that we was doing this stream. Every time I've spoke to him, it's, have you spoke to him yet? Is it yeah? We asked him what he wanted to ask. He asked me to tell you the perfect hat trick you got against Southampton. He remembers that like it was yesterday, so you can still see. But I think he wanted to know just how good Glenn Hoddle was, because that's his player, that's his god, as he called. That's his god.
Everybody calls him God.
So, was he that good?
Yeah. So Glenn is the best player I've ever played with in my life.
Wow.
He could hit a 60-yard football and it had a backspin on it, and it'd be right in front of the striker who just puts it in the back of the net. He was that talented. It was like having a golf club on your leg. He could hit a 9-iron. He could hit a 6-iron. Wherever he wanted to do, he could do with his feet. He was amazing. When you trained with him in training and you went in the gym, wow, it was just watching a totally superstar. And for me, I would say Glenn Hoddle was probably one of the greatest players English football has ever had. So that's how high he is in our domain.
Honestly, he's amazing.
Well, I was born in Southampton. Southampton kicked me out as a youngster. At 16 years old, said I would never make a football player.
Wow.
So to score a hat trick against them.
Oh, lovely.
So I scored a header, a missed kick, left foot, and a right foot volley. So,
brilliant.
That's amazing. So you did the 3P. Yeah.
Three different actions. And as I walked off the pitch, Laurie McMenemy, who was manager at the time, he stood there and he shook my hand and he went, "You proved me wrong, and well done." And
wow,
so it was a great satisfaction. But Southampton, it was amazing, really. I think I played against them about 8 or 9 times. and I scored 7 goals.
Wow, that's
Brilliant.
amazing.
Yeah, I used to score again. I've scored it in the
As a
Dow.
defender as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
They never had their new stadium then. They had the old Dow, and I used to score there every season. And then I scored the hat trick, and then another 2 at home. So yeah, they used to be my favourite team to play against, Southampton.
Oh wow, that must be an amazing feeling to be able to get that many, goals in the appearances you against them. Must be amazing.
Well, I was a centre half, and
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I got pushed into midfield, and
Yeah.
when Ricky went, and then Ozzy went, and Keith pushed me into midfield that day, and I scored a hat trick, and then. So yeah, and the cup final, the second cup final, I was pushed into midfield, and I got brought down for the penalty, which Glenn scored. So yeah, I could play in lots of positions. I played in goal against Fulham, so that was in the FA Cup. So
you lost teeth on the pitch. You lost teeth for us. Like honestly, I have so many stories that my dad sits here telling me about you alone as a kid growing up. Like honestly, and which brings me to obviously the next point. You're a defender, so and we've got very bad defensive issues right now. I mean, the West Ham goal, for example, if we had you in that line instead of Eric Dyer, you wouldn't have just passed through. But when he squared it through.
Yeah, I think what gets me is, Eric Dyer has come out and said that he wants to play centre half.
Yeah.
For me, Eric Dyer is not a centre half. He's a midfield player. He's a centre midfield player where Højbjerg plays. I'm not sure he's as good as Højbjerg at the moment. I think Højbjerg is brilliant.
Yeah, he's
unreal. I think Eric Dyer is a centre midfield player. When you're at the back, I think what Eric needs to bring into his game is when you pick the ball up, you don't slow the game down.
Yeah.
Because that just then everybody's marked. So then you haven't got anybody to pass unless you pass it to the other centre half. If Eric started to bring into his game and he started to run with the ball and you run towards a midfield player, that midfield player then has 2 options. Does he stick with his player, his other midfield player, like with, say he's marking Tanguy, so, and Dembele. Does he stay with him so Eric then can run through past them, or does he come to tackle Eric and Eric then can pass it to Tanguy, who straight away is on the front foot. But they're not being, I don't know if they're not being taught this in training. We have
this comes to my next point.
Makes you wonder.
We have coaches there. Surely somebody must be saying to him, Eric, don't slow the game down. We need to make the game quicker. And if he does that, I think he'll be a really, really good player. Because
so you do think they are coachable? Because this was my next question. Like, do you think that that back line can be coached?
Yeah, definitely. I think Joe. Listen, we have a manager who's won everything in the world. Hopefully, he can win us trophies, and we got. But surely, you got Ledley. You got who plays centre half. You've got other coaches there. Just take the back 4 or back 5 or back 6, whatever it is. Take them to one side and just, this is what we want you to do. When you don't play slowly, get the ball, run with it, run 10 yards if you have to, and that will open the game up for everybody else, and it'll make life so much easier.
This is the thing.
I cannot believe that we're not coaching them, and that's what it looks like at the moment.
Well, it does. It really does. This is the problem because Mourinho coming out saying me and my coaching staff are second to none. All of this, but you're not coaching our back line. Eric Dyer looks like he can't even jump sometimes. Like it's mental, and he does have the right mentality.
When we used to play, on a Friday or a Thursday, they used to have a ball, and we used to have to jump maybe 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot. try to head this ball, and they would lift it up, drop it down, but I think that's too easy for these players. You know, they think, well, we're not doing that. I can head a ball. You know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they need to go back to basics.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Learn, you know, and just look, nobody's ever done it properly. You know, you're never ever confident that you've learned everything in football. You have to, and there is always something to be learned. And I just think Eric Dyer is a fantastic football player, but playing at the back, he looks poor because he slows the game down. And it slows the whole team down. He needs to raise it a bit more and go forward quicker. He needs to make the game quicker for himself. And if he does that, I think he'll be a much, much better defender.
I mean, it's amazing hearing it from someone that actually did it on the pitch. Maybe we need to get you in that coaching staff in that dugout. I feel like you could teach them a thing or two.
I'm available, so.
Oh, brilliant!
Brilliant. I mean, you know, Tottenham. You know, I don't mind getting rid of Mourinho, getting an interim. There's one right here.
We'll wait and see.
I know Graham Roberts has been following me for a while, so I'm not actually sure what he's seen of my tweets. This is a little bit nerve-wracking. I can't lie.
Well, I don't think you're too bad, so this.
So I'm a bit like, oh, maybe I'm not going to act like I don't have any opinion.
No. I think everybody has opinions. And,
that's it.
What you don't want to be is controversial. You know, you have an opinion, and if people don't like your opinion, that's up to them.
Yeah.
You know, but everybody has their own opinion. Nobody should force you to say what you want.
And this is the thing, we all want to succeed. That is the one thing. And to be honest, I just don't. The Tottenham I grew up watching, as I mentioned, my dad so many times. He taught me to watch Tottenham, to enjoy football, enjoy watching the beautiful game, enjoy watching the way you play football. And this is just, it feels like sometimes we're so alienated from what I actually grew up watching. Like, I don't know how you feel, but, you know, as I've already mentioned, someone that literally lost teeth on the pitch, and we have been so passive a lot of the time in the way we play. These players are not giving it their all. How does that make you feel as someone that literally gave their heart to Tottenham pretty much? I mean, I know you did move on, but that was a different situation to other players. How does it make you feel? Because as a fan, this football sometimes makes me very angry. The most passive we are that I've ever seen us sometimes, like against Brighton. That game should not have been played that way.
No. I think what you got to take into respect is that, you know, these players have started off the season, and we were top of the, and we were So for me,
once upon a time,
how did we get top of the league?
Yeah.
By scoring goals. Okay, it was the West Ham game that we drew 3-3.
Yeah.
And we conceded 3 goals in 10 minutes. That is just poor defending.
Yeah.
That is somebody at the back saying, not taking responsibility. The goalkeeper, the 2 centre halves. And
Winks when he came on. Oh my goodness.
Well, he was at fault for the third. He should have just cleared the third goal. That's basics.
But the bottom line of it is, we give. If you go back through those games, the Newcastle game, Everton game, West Ham game, most of the goals came from their left-hand side, our right-hand side, and giving free kicks away or penalties.
Yeah.
And we couldn't deal with the physically with the centre forward who was playing against our centre halves. So what you have to do is you have to go back to basics and say, don't give silly free kicks away. Don't give, attack the ball. What they're doing is now, if you watch centre halves, like we used to just go and attack the ball, head the ball, and we get up. Now they nobody attacks the ball. They just grab each other. So So how can you attack a ball when you're looking at the centre forward and trying to grab him, which is just pathetic. you know, what you have to do is I just hope that Ledley is coaching the centre halves now and teaching them how to defend. But I thought Sunday, we were brilliant at the back. I thought it's the best,
it was great.
Sanchez had played. I thought,
Yeah.
but
Resurrected.
when Sanchez plays well, I think it's when he plays with Toby.
Toby, yeah.
I feel like Toby
Toby's
takes some responsibility, and he sort of he charges him, tells him what to
with
do.
Toby, if it has to go in row Z, it goes in row Z. He doesn't try to play out like Eric Dyer.
Yeah. Oh, I can't stand all of that. Yeah.
You know, people said to me, I've had rows and things with everybody, and people say, but Dyer had 257 passes of the ball. I said, yeah, but 256 of them were to his goalie or his centre half.
Yeah. It's always square or backwards. Yeah,
he loves it.
And I think that's what Harry Winks has done at the moment.
Yeah.
I think what he's got, he's gone sort of when he first got in the team, he was an attacking sort of.
Yeah.
When he picked the ball up, he would play the ball forward. He would look for a forward pass. Now he's looking square, side, backwards, square.
Yeah.
You know, I think I've seen him pass the ball forward 10 times this year. And
yeah.
Harry Winks is a good player, a really, really good player. But he needs to go back to 2 years ago when he was passing the ball forward. Have a look forward. If you have a look at Højbjerg, a ball coming to Højbjerg.
Oh, yeah, he's great at that. Yeah. Do you know what? A lot of things happen with Højbjerg. He does so much where he gets the ball and he does look forward. I mean, even Chelsea fans sit here saying this to me, like, Højbjerg is a great player for that. Like, he literally, a lot of his passes are forward. You wouldn't expect that from a player who is, but, you know, you want your DMs to have a CM mind. Yeah. You know, he's a DM, but he's got a CAM mind. Like, he looks to go forward. And I feel like that is what Winks needs to have, just that mind of getting the ball forward. But on to a great win, which is, you know, not normal for us on this pod. You know, and that we haven't had many wins here, so we're very excited about this. You know, having Bale back. Let's just get on to, you know, how it feels to have Bale back. For me, growing up, he was one of the players that I watched and fell in love with Tottenham. I mean, him, Van der Vaart, Modric, they were all players that we had in that team that were amazing. So I really, you know, so excited for him to come back. And when I see him not doing his job, I was like, really trying to hold on to the little hope. I mean, Ryan asked me, we do a pod with Ryan, and he would ask me every week. So, you know, what's your thoughts on Bale? Like, I'm not saying it. I don't want to say he's finished. I refuse. So I'm very happy to see him back. Do you think that was just fitness issue, or do you think that, you know, he just needed to find his rhythm?
Well, only he knows that. You know, him and they're the only people that know exactly what was right, what was wrong.
Yeah.
I think the way Dele got treated as well, you know, I'm not happy with that at all.
Great.
I think Dele Alli is a great player.
Yeah.
You know, once we get him back on the pitch, Moura did well on Sunday. I think Mourinho likes it because he works hard.
He's a worker.
But when you get Dele Alli on the pitch, Alli, like if Frank Lampard was available and Steve Gerrard, would he get into Tottenham's team? Yes.
Yeah.
But Dele Alli has scored more goals in his
I know.
Than put together.
Yeah.
You know, and so my philosophy in it is you have to play him. He has to work hard like everybody, but he will score your goals. He will run behind defenders, and it opens the pitch up for every other player. So for me, Dele Alli is a must. He has to play.
Yeah, he has to get into that team.
And it will be great if we can get Bale, Son, Kane, and Dele Alli on the pitch at the same time.
What a forward line that is! That is crazy.
I think we had it for about 10 minutes on Sunday, didn't we? And
honestly, I know.
And then it just all started people coming off, but for me, you know, I think every defense in the league would panic.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, you see that those four coming at you, it would be insane. So it would be amazing.
It would be, and I think yes, Gareth Bale looks a lot fitter, looks a lot sharper. He looks his head looks totally focused.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we've got him back. Maybe it was just too cold, and he
Maybe, yeah. He was just getting used to that being in London. Ryan, I know we've had our talks about Bale. So what are your thoughts? Are you happy to see Bale back? I'm sure we're all buzzing, but we kind of gave up on him a little bit at one point.
Yeah, the dates have been reopened, aren't they, for the golf courses? So he's
happy now.
happiness.
He's happy now.
Happiness, he's glowing again. It's nice. It is nice to see him.
Yeah.
I think the best thing on Sunday was he just had the freedom of the pitch to just enjoy football.
But you can see right that when he hit that ball for Kane's goal.
Oh yeah.
That was the Gareth Bale that played for
Yeah.
It's because he's not tracking back all the time. He's having to
Yeah.
in most games when you see Bergwijn, he's back and forth. He's playing like a right wing back, whereas against Burnley,
I call him a robot. I just say he goes up.
It's true.
But that's
painful
maybe
truth.
what he's been told.
Yeah.
When you've got Gareth Bale, Dele Alli, Son, Kane, Moura in the team, you got to just say, play where you want to play, but when you lose it, just get back in that area that you're in. You don't have to. Harry Kane doesn't have to go and say, "Oh, to Sonny, you go and play." No, I'll play. Just play. Just until we get the ball back, then you start playing again. And I think on Sunday it worked. And
I think we just took the brakes off a bit and we actually went for it. And to be honest, as someone that is quite vocal on my Jose opinions, if we, to say the least, if we actually played football like that every week, no one would be Jose out. And I mean, I get that you can't do that against every team. I understand, but when you're going Brighton away and we had like 2 shots, then to me there's an issue. I think the games that we've given him, like these 4 games apparently, I mean, if that's true, I don't know, but it's good to see. Well, but it's good to see what we'll play against the lesser teams. Like we've got Fulham and Palace, so it's good to see us actually play some. Palace is going to be tough, but it'll be good to see us play some football. And I mean, Fulham play good football. I think Scotty Parker's doing great with them, considering how far down they've been and stuff.
Newcastle in Brighton and Southampton, I think you put them under a bit of pressure now.
Yeah, this is the thing, but we have quality. Our strengths lie in attack. So if we played like we did against, Burnley every week, I wouldn't have anything to say about him. It would be great. So I just think that we need to start games playing to our strengths, and everyone would be happier, much happier. Tanya, I'm sure you're happy this week. We always have a Tanya rant every week. She's a bit like me. We're a bit too outspoken on a pod together. But go ahead. Are we happy this week?
Oh no, I'm so pleased. It was great to watch us, like you say, Eleanor, play some football and just have that intent and that aggression. I think with Spurs, I can tell how the game's going after the first 5 minutes, and the fact that we got that early goal, I just knew we were going to run away with it. And it's great to see Bale getting back to his old self. And look, maybe it was a confidence issue with him, because I always felt that he just didn't look like he wanted to overcommit himself. But now you're starting to see his pace again, and I thought that was gone. But he's quite speedy now. Right? Yeah. And I think it's good that we've now got someone else in the team, a talisman in the team. We always say Son and Kane, but now we've got Gareth Bale now. And like Brian was saying, that is going to give any opponent massive concerns.
And if we add Dele to that,
and add Dele into that, it's like we've got 2 new players, 2 new signings.
Oh, that's the bottom line of it is when your team sheet goes in, if you've got on the front, you've got Moura, Kane, Bergwijn, their defence is thinking, well, okay, we know how they play. If you've got Dele Alli, Son, Bale, Kane, or Moura, then all of a sudden your back 4 are thinking, well, who's going to pick him up? Who's going to do him? And they panic. And so
because they're thinking, right, I've got a Mark Kane, I've got a Mark Bale, I've got a Mark Son, and I've got a Mark Billy. Like,
they
there's
were
so
playing
much.
in different areas where the centre half didn't know what to do. The fullbacks, Gareth Bale picked up the ball in the centre of midfield, and he hit the ball to Kane. Well, the right back thought, where have I got? He got dragged in, and the ball went over his head, and Harry Kane scored. And so it mucks up the defence for the other team. So hopefully, Jose will play it. I think when we play the cup final, I think he'll play different again. But that's the way Jose does it. So
well, the cup final is understandable. It's 90 minutes. I mean, a final more than any of us. It's anyone's game in a final.
Yeah.
I know it's against City, and I always say I'm worried about it. But for me, does anyone else agree? For me, Bale can be the difference in a final.
Yeah, definitely.
He is for me. He can be that
match winner.
Even though like we don't have the team to match them. Okay, yeah, they've got overall a better 11, especially a better defense. I mean, we know that. But if we've got a goal scorer like Bale in the team, he gets that on his left foot. He curls it in. It's a goal pretty much. Like, I mean, he could have scored a few more yesterday. So it does definitely, for me, Bale can be the difference.
I think the bottom line of it is that Man City will go to the cup final. They're trying to play their way, and but if you've got 4 strikers on your pitch, as soon as they lose the ball, we did it to them at home. Son scored. I think Kane scored or something. I'm not sure, but we beat them 2-0. But because we can bring Gareth Bale in now, he can play those balls forward. So I'm not frightened about playing Man City. I'd rather play Man City than Man United, because Man United would just be boring and
we'll both be playing the same game.
Yeah, but I think Man City give you chances. So I think Jose has to play our front 4.
If we've got those clinical players at front and we just take our chances, we can definitely get a result there. I feel like this whole game on Sunday has definitely changed my outlook on a lot, because Bale is mainly because of Bale coming back. Like we've said, he's a winner. He's someone that has that experience in finals. And you don't lose quality. You might lose a couple yards of pace, but at his age, you don't lose all your quality. Even a 50% Bale is better than most players in the Premier League. Like,
let me ask you a question. You're a Fulham right back, okay?
Yeah.
What are you thinking for Thursday night? I hope Gareth Bale don't play.
Yeah.
100%.
I hope they leave him out and save him for Sunday or whatever.
You are.
But if his name's on the team sheet, that right back straight away is thinking, "Oh, crap."
That's what you want.
Straight away, you won the battle.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to do. We have to play to our strengths.
That's the thing. I don't want to see us.
Harry and Sonny.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. This is the problem with the way we were playing before. I kept saying we can't rely on 2 goal scorers for every game. Like, it's not sustainable. For every chance they get, you create 2 chances a game. You expect Son or Kane to put them away. So it's good now. If we create more chances, we've got such a good front 4, as we say, they can get goals.
But you know what? I was going to actually mention, we've not mentioned this player, but Reguilon as well. I think we don't realise how important he is to the way that we play. I thought on that left-hand side, he's so aggressive, he's quick, and he's actually good defensively. I think he's a much better player than Ben Davies, and I'm so glad he's back in the team. We missed him.
He's got his legs, he's younger. I think Ben Davies is a good squad player.
Player. Yes, I agree with that.
Get an injury and somebody has to come in. Yes, Ben Davies is a good squad player. I think Reggie, I call him Reggie, but
Reggie,
I call him Reggie because I don't know how to spell it a lot of the time.
But Reggie, you look at him and you think he's a great crosser of the ball. He made Mora's goal yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
But he's up and down. He can run all day long, up and down.
Yeah,
that block,
his speed is incredible.
So yes, I agree with you. I think he's been one of our best defenders and attackers this year. I think, but we have to, if you're a guy, I have a bit of pity for Lloris really, because every game there's two centre halves are different.
Yeah,
We've been talking about this.
You cannot make an understanding as a goalie with your two centre halves. When I played, and I played with Paul Miller most of the time, I think we played the whole season like 64, 65 games. And we played together. Ray Clements knew us inside out.
Yeah.
So if somebody had a shot at Ray Clements, then we got a real ear bashing from him. He didn't like that. So, but he knew he could trust his two centre halves. At the moment, I don't think Lloris, because it keeps getting changed every game.
Yeah, doesn't help.
Who to trust, who's not to trust, who's going to attack the ball, who's not going to attack the ball.
This is the thing.
And that's
we need to find a pairing that is like an actual, main pairing, because as we say, you can't create chemistry with players if they're constantly chopping and changing. There's always silly mistakes, and then you get shunned out the team. Like I don't know what's happened to Rodon. I don't like that he's not been.
I think he got a little niggle. I think I'm not 100%.
But he's not even into the Europa. He hasn't been put into
complete waste.
I think he's got a little strain or something. So just
okay.
So
yeah, he wasn't registered for the Europa team, which was really annoying for this time. So I just felt like we should have maybe registered him. But maybe Sanchez and Toby is the way forward. I mean, Sanchez has got a lot of attributes that are good. He's quick. But and he can do it, but then sometimes he makes the most rash errors, and he's not very good aerially, in the air.
That is just concentration.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a look.
But can you coach that out of players? That's the thing. I know you were saying that, Graham, but it's just like I sometimes do think our players just uncoachable.
No.
Jose does. Don't fall for it.
Everybody can be coached. But the bottom line of it is, are they willing to learn? Listen, you can coach whatever you want to coach.
He is willing. I feel like he's quite a hard worker.
What's the use? So
that's a good point.
The line of it is, for me now, Sanchez and Toby has to be the two centre halves to take us through the end of the season in the league. Okay, I think Jose wants to win the Europa League. So,
I mean,
yes,
that'll be
they
amazing.
have to be that as well.
Yeah.
So, yes, he wants to win the League Cup. They have to be it. Other than that, I think, if we get an injury, then he has to make a decision in some team. But those two now have to be the two centre halves for me. I feel like
he's got to just drop this love affair with Eric Dyer. I mean, he's just got to start to realise, okay, we can play Sanchez a bit more, we can play Toby a bit more. Like it's just got to now. It's just the way it's got to be. But for me, we're moving on to the Europa. We got a great draw. I mean, I'm quite happy with that. This Jose draw is great.
It's going to be a difficult game.
I think
because they were in the Champions League.
Yeah.
They won their league. It'll be a tough game. Croatian teams are always tough. Big, strong lads. I'm a bit disappointed that we've had to play our own game first, but I suppose the bottom line of it is now that we have no travelling to do and we play Arsenal on the Sunday.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. So we play Arsenal the day before my birthday, so please do not ruin that. I'm praying for that. But I feel like that the Europa's been a weird one for me, because I always feel like it's such a long competition. I mean, you know this more than anyone. It's a very long competition. I mean, before it was longer, you had the final of 2 legs as well. So I just don't know if we have the squad depth to get through it, but we seem to be getting okay draws. This is me saying this before we lose 4-1 in the first leg, but I'm just saying we seem to be doing okay. But I feel like we'll get through. And like I say, now we've got this attacking 4. Hopefully, Dele comes back in. We can do serious damage in this Europa League, and that's Champions League, a major European trophy. That is huge. It is funny because I am someone that criticizes Jose, but I also do have higher expectations. But you know, as someone that won so much for the club, doesn't your expectations then grow? You then not only do you gain a mentality, you expect to win things. So I feel like now, if we win things, it will then grow as a club. They will expect it.
Yeah. And when we won our first trophy, we said straight away after that game, right, we want to win it again next year.
Yeah.
We also want to do well in the league. Well, we did. We did okay in the league. I think we finished 3rd or 4th in the league, but we won the FA Cup again.
Yeah.
The following year, we lost to Everton in the 3rd round or 4th round, one of them, and we finished. I think we finished 4th again or 3rd in the league.
Yeah.
So it just gives you that momentum of winning trophies. You know, and then when we went to the UEFA Cup final, we played the year before. We played Bayern Munich, and we got beat 4-0 or 4-1 over 2 legs.
Heavy.
And we got drawn against them in the 3rd round of it. And
oh gosh.
we went to their place and we lost 1-0. And we felt that night that we could win the trophy.
Wow.
And we came back and we beat them 2-0 at home. And
seeds, absolute seeds.
And we were always confident that we could beat them, and they were the favourites for the trophy. But when we went there the first year, we got beat 4-0 over there and absolutely battered. And but we learnt from that. And when we went back the second year, we should have drew 1-1, but we lost 1-0. And when they came, they thought they just had to come and turn up, and we absolutely battered them, and we beat them 2-0. Mark Bacco and Stevie Archibald scored. And,
I hear so much about Archibald from my dad.
And you know, we went that night when we went in the dressing room. We said, "This trophy is ours."
Wow.
And that's what it gives you, you know, and that's what I hope that, you know, the boys are getting in the dressing room, that they beat Wolfsberger, and it was an easier game. But when they play this team and they get a good result and they go there and we beat them there as well, I hope they think, well, we're in the last 8 now.
Yeah.
We can win this. This is our trophy. And that's your mentality you have to have. You have to have a winning mentality. You have to have that, you know, in your head, yes, we're going to win this. We're not going to lose this. We're going to win it. And hopefully,
do you think as a player, do you have more faith in Mourinho rather than someone like Pochettino? Do you think that does change things, having a manager that has won everything?
Yeah, it does, previously? But no disrespect, if the players are not taking your responsibility as a manager, then, you know, obviously, you know, we went to the team from Belgium, Antwerp.
Yeah, Antwerp, and we lost.
And we got beat 1-0.
Yeah.
And hold on, they're a pub team.
If that,
we cannot Croatia with a 1-0 lead and try to hold out. We have to go there. We have to go and play our game. And if we do that, then we'll go through. But you know, yes, listen, I love Pochettino. I think
we all do.
I think he was a great manager, but he did have a few problems. The problem he had was when we played the FA Cup and the League Cup, he didn't play his best team.
And he also kind of installed that thing of it's not that important. He also installed that into the players.
We went to Colchester without Harry Kane on the bench or playing.
That was terrible.
That game.
Colchester. You cannot do that. Because any team in English football can beat you on a one-off. Any team.
It's just 90 minutes.
You know, and that was the one thing. I remember going to Wembley when it was our home, and we played United in a semi-final, and he changed Lloris, changed about 2 or 3 players.
He did do things like that.
And we lost in the semi-final. That can't happen. You have to play. Mourinho played his best team. On that
I do respect Jose for that. I do.
And he played his best team, and I hope that Mourinho, for us, he plays his best teams.
Yeah, and I think he will. And like for me, I just think that is what he's here to do. He's here to win a trophy.
Yep,
For
definitely.
me, he's not here to do the long-term job, and I don't think Mourinho particularly wants to do the long-term job personally. That's my personal opinion. But in your opinion, Graham, what do you think about going from Poch Josie? Are we moving in the right direction? Do you think it, with the new stadium being built and everything? Obviously, you've seen it all happen in front of you. So, do you think
Well,
we're moving the club in the right way?
I think he's been very lucky that there's been no
Mhm.
crowd.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. I mean, we know what the Tottenham fans are like. You know what they're like.
100%, and not just Tottenham fans, every fan. If you're
Oh
not
yeah,
playing good football and you're not winning and you're playing, you're drawing against, you're losing, you're drawing against Newcastle, you're losing to Everton, you're drawing against,
yeah,
you're going to get booed off the pitch.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Okay, so he's been very lucky in that situation.
yeah.
But I think he has come in to do a job. I
Yep.
think he will get the job done. I think we will win a trophy. I'm hoping we win 2 trophies this year. I think, we get the League Cup one. I think.
Oh, it would
I
be
think
amazing.
I think the European one will be easier if we
Do
win the League
you?
Cup. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
interesting.
If we're still
Because
in
the
it, we'll
momentum
keep
will be
that
there, and
momentum.
it'll be a winning momentum, and it'll be a
Yeah.
winning mentality. So
Yeah.
the League Cup is a big, big factor for us this year. I think, yes,
Mhm.
we have to get through to the next stage of the Europa League.
Yeah.
But I think if we get the League Cup, I think we can go on and win the Europa League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will
I
instill that mentality, won't it? Because once they
Yeah.
win that will just give them so much confidence to be like,
unbelievable.
right, let's go and get that Europa League now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully, fingers crossed.
This is the thing. I think that's why Pep really. I mean, Pep talks so highly of the League Cup
Yeah.
because it's normally played in February, and it normally gives them that momentum to go on and win things. It would have been great to have already played that final, maybe when we were in good form before, but obviously now we're not. So it's quite good it's been put
Well,
off. But it's
we're
really
coming
good
back
to
to
install
form.
it.
We're coming back to form.
Yeah,
You
I think
And I
it's
think
been a
that,
few games now.
listen, the weather's getting a bit warmer now. I think players, but the players, when it's cold, they don't really want to, run
Yeah.
through the basket.
Yeah.
But I think now we have, we have the good weather. We have the team now. I think we can go forward and we can, try to win. I'm confident we'll win the League Cup final. Very good.
I'm very happy to hear a player.
Yeah.
When you things start to shift, a player knows what's going on. So someone that used to be on the pitch, it's great to hear that. There's also another thing that I've seen you comment on before, right? Which is really here we love Harry Kane. We don't want Harry Kane to leave, ever. But why is it the Sky pundits and every other pundit are always talking about Harry Kane having to leave? They did it with Pochettino. When's Pochettino going to leave? They did it with Bale when we had Bale. When's Bale going to leave? I mean, Modric as well. You constantly had this. I mean, I remember Harry Redknapp coming out and saying Modric's not for sale. So I don't know why you keep talking about it.
Yeah.
We've had this go on at Tottenham for years. Why is it always us that they always constantly talking about Kane having to leave? I mean,
you've hit the nail on the head, didn't you? It's us. When you have Man United, Liverpool, and Arsenal ex-players on the panels, they're not their own players. I had a little dig at Jamie Carragher tonight. Jamie Carragher, they're going to talk about Harry Kane in a minute after the game, about him leaving and maybe going to Man City or Paris or Real Madrid. And I said, well, why don't you let Man City buy Salah or Mane or those sort of players? And he went, but it's Harry Kane said 3 years ago, I'll give it 3 years. If we don't win a trophy, then I might have to move on. Well, Harry never said that. What he said was,
ambition.
We will look at things. Yeah. He said, if the club have ambition and I'm happy.
That's exactly what he said.
So what you have to do is you just have to put them in their place. And I gave him a mouthful tonight, so
You tell him.
Legends, we know we appreciate that because that's what we need to happen. Because the stigma is very annoying. I mean, even the whole interview they did with Kane had diving.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
But, you know, they don't ever. I've never seen a Salah interview, by the way, everyone. I don't know about you, but you know, they've sat Kane down, had a whole conversation about him diving, and it's like, this is your England captain. This is like, you know, who represents the country. Yeah,
they're not
bothered.
Insane. They're Arsenal fans, they're Man United fans, they're players, and all they want to do is keep Tottenham not winning any trophies. And
that's what they want.
One thing we have to shut them up.
Yeah,
we have to win a trophy. And if we win a trophy, they can't.
Do you know what? They'll find something else. They will. I just know it.
But it doesn't matter. If we win a trophy, Harry Kane stays.
Do you think it's enough without Champions League? Let's say we just win the League Cup. Do you?
I think he will stay and he'll give it a go next year. But I think the bottom line of it is that, you know, we have to try to get the club back on winning trophies every year.
Yeah.
You know, because we had this in the 80s.
Yeah.
The 90s they won a trophy. The 2008 they won a trophy. It's been a long time, too long.
Yeah.
And you know, it's okay having the best stadium, the best training facilities, but sometimes you have to have the best players on the pitch. And we have to maybe get the best players. And some way we have to do. Some way we have to get those players in.
I mean, as Poch said, he said, you know, you can't have a beautiful house without the furniture. And, you know, that's what we need. And I think as a club from the outside, we are a giant. We're run brilliantly from the outside in. But once you go on the pitch, it's like we need to start emulating that same ambition that we have from the outside onto the pitch. And we could be giants, but we just need to do that.
Poch was wrong there when he said about the house and the furniture.
Yeah.
When I moved to Tottenham, I bought a house, but I had 2 deck chairs. Me and my wife. All we had for 6 months.
You made it work.
No, but at the end of it, you know, we knew we couldn't afford to buy what we wanted, so we saved and and that, you know. But I do understand where he's coming from. I think what his time had come that he needed to change a certain amount of players.
Yeah,
and the club wasn't going to do that. But that's where.
And I think now we're definitely in a weird place. We're in a bit of a crossroads. Where do we want to be as a club long term? Do we want to be a top 4 team? Do we want to be winning and top 4?
We have to.
And I think that we have to make Champions League. We can't keep being out of it, because I don't want to be like Arsenal where, you know, they fall out and then, you know, you're struggling, you're spending money you don't have to try get back in it, and then you fall into trouble. So we need to not fall into that being out of
we have to have Champions League football.
Yeah. It's paramount. Yeah.
Stadium. You know, the Champions League football gets you. If you get to the final of the Champions League football, I think it's 150.
It's insane. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
If you get to the first round and you get through the group stages, I think that's 30-40 million pounds. Well, Europa League is maybe 4 million, 5 million.
So wow, the difference there.
We need that Champions League football. So you know, sometimes you have to fork out to get into that, and if you're in it for 10 years, you've made your money back. So
this is the thing. It's like, you know, we kind of weren't in it for, you know, a long time, and then we got into it, and then we were spending a bit of money to keep up there, and then it's kind of like we've dropped out because we haven't reinvested enough, and it's now harder to get back in. You have to spend more money than you originally had to get back in it, because if they just, you know, slowly reinvested.
Chelsea Arsenal are buying, Man United are buying, Liverpool are buying, Man City are buying, Leicester.
This is the problem.
Everton.
They're going to spend money.
Everton.
You know.
Everton spend loads of money, but they've just never had the right manager, I think, to spend it properly. So they're another club.
Will spend it properly for them.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I feel like, as with us, it's like you don't have to. You might say, we've got a great 11, but if you don't improve and everyone else improves around you, you're just going to stay where you are while they go above. And this is what we've kind of seen. We went from second to third to fourth, and then we finished sixth, and now we're eighth. So I mean, the season's not over, but to me, it's just like there's obviously that problem of not investing properly all over. Regardless of what I think over the long term, we've got to win a trophy now. This is what the point of it.
That is, we're putting pressure on the players before they go out. But you have to, if you're playing for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, you have to be able to handle that pressure. Every time you win, every time you put that white shirt on, or yellow shirt, or green shirt,
I want to cry.
You have to be prepared to die for that football club, and that's what you have to do.
I mean, this is someone that lost 3 teeth on the pitch, and stayed on, in a final and won the trophy as well. So,
but the only thing with that is that my concern is I do sometimes question whether we do have that mentality in certain players. If Jose doesn't win a trophy with us, you are going to be questioning, he's a serial winner.
Yeah.
How has he not got us over the line? So then who?
Well,
I don't know. You'd have to blame the players. Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
I mean, there's also a thing of the way he plays things.
Every manager, that is. So you've had Pochettino for 5 years. Before him was who was before him?
AVB.
Yeah.
AVB. So those managers, Glenn Hoddle, we had Harry Redknapp, Martin Yole, those managers. So obviously something has to happen with the whoever's buying the players. Whoever's
we need better recruitment, I think.
The players.
Yeah, our recruitment is
maybe we need to have a reshuffle and sell some and bring some new ones in, maybe. But
this is the thing.
Hopefully we'll win the league. We'll win the cup.
I mean, I'd love to win the league, but
me too. I love that.
We're ready for that, The thing is, I do think we need to emulate a Leicester where they don't spend a lot of money, but they recruit very well. And I think we need to just sort out our recruitment, because we're not going to spend a crazy ton of money. That's just not the way we're run. But I think if we have better recruitment, we could go on, further. But we're going to wrap up now. It's been an hour. But go on, Graham. Sorry, go on.
Just for me, I would rather spend £50 million on a really, really good centre half like Liverpool did, than buy somebody for 10 million and say, well, we think he's going to be a good player.
Yeah. I completely agree with that.
Totally.
Like for me, if you can't afford him this year, wait till next year.
Yeah.
And save that money and get somebody that
properly.
Like Liverpool did. Liverpool went and bought. They knew what they needed. They needed a centre half, a goalkeeper. The two major factors of their team. Yeah. And it won them the league. So what do we need? We need maybe Lloris. Maybe he needs to be changed. Maybe a centre. I'm just thinking ahead now for
it's true.
18 months.
Yeah.
We need 2 centre halves maybe and a goalie. Would that win us the league? Maybe a right back.
Maybe we need a creative midfielder, but someone that can actually take the Eriksen role, because I don't think we actually have an Eriksen player. We just have a lot of people that are filling in these roles.
What a silly man he is, though, eh?
Oh, yeah. I know. How funny is that?
The grass is greener around the corner, but it's not.
I know. It's actually really funny. Well, we're going to wrap up with some score predictions for Fulham and Palace. So I'm going to go to Brian first. 2 score predictions.
I'm sticking with my Burnley prediction for both of them. We'll win both games 3-1.
Brilliant. I mean, I said 1-0 for Burnley. I got really told, didn't I? Did you?
Wow.
Well, and what do you think for Fulham and Palace then coming up, Graham?
I think it's going to be a really difficult game at Fulham. I think we'll win 2-0. The clean sheet will be the major factor for us there.
Yeah.
And I think when we play Palace, I think we'll beat them 3 or 4.
Wow.
That would be amazing. Emulate that 4-0 that we had before.
We go above West Ham because they don't play till the Monday night. So that has shut up all the caravanettes. So.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
It's true though. Honestly, they're annoying me so much. But yeah, Tans, what do you think?
I agree with Graham. I think Fulham's going to be really tricky. I'm
Yeah.
going to go with a 2-1. Crystal Palace, I mean, they're so hit and miss at the moment, but they've been quite poor. So I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0. Can't believe I'm saying that. Hope I don't get egg on my face.
I'm going to go 2-1 against Fulham because I do think they are quite hard to play. I think they might get a goal. I mean, I like the way Scotty has them playing. So I'm going to go 2-1 to us. But I think Palace, I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0
Come
Palace.
on.
Home game. I think, get some form in. Let's go. Let's go for this.
Let's move up the league.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that definitely. And, get the highest place in London up there now because we can't have West Ham taking it because that's very annoying. Thank you so much for this.
In their caravans.
Oh, honestly. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much for coming on. It has been amazing. This is where we all wave awkwardly and I try press end broadcast by the time it ends.
Bye.
Bye.